They say university makes students. Here, students make university. So, with the slogan of Think Big, I, Himanshu Kaushik, your host of the day, would want to welcome you all in today's webinar on advancements in the field of civil engineering. And I hope that you all are doing fine, safe, and happy at wherever you are taking this webinar from. So, before we move on and learn a lot more of education and a lot more of civil engineering about throughout the session today, we have our expert with us. We have Dr. Anshul Garg, an associate professor in Department of Structural Engineering, Lovely Professional University with us. He has received his PhD from our university as well. His research areas include sustainable materials, earthquake resistant structures, retrofitting, concrete technology, building materials, etc. He is having more than 11 years of teaching experience and 3 years of industry experience as well. He is having 1 patent granted already and 3 patents published under his name. He is a member of different reputed organizations like Indian Science Congress and published around 32 number of publications in research journals. Sir, we are very much happy to be here, and it's a pleasure to be able to hear you in the webinar, and so looking forward for an amazing session.
Thank you, Manji. And I think so. Many of you have joined. Okay, that's very good. So today we are going to discuss about advancements in field of civil engineering. So I hope so. The participants today they are new for civil engineering, or they are having a small knowledge about it. So today we will see what are the latest technologies which are being used in civil engineering. Civil engineering is not only about cement, soil, it is a science. So let us see. First of all, I would like to tell you that I always believe whenever anybody asks me, who am I? Okay, so I believe I am a learner. So you should be always be a learner, because learning should never be stopped. And it should be in our blood. So till when we are there in this world, we should be always in the learning mode. The contents of today's presentation are: we are going to discuss about certain materials used in construction, certain special materials which we are using, then technology, the best way to do work, different softwares for civil engineering, and yes, certain experiences too. So if I talk about materials used in construction, there are a long list on it. You can see we are having bricks, we are having cements, we are having sand, we are having aggregates, soil, steel, timber, marble, aluminium, glass, bamboo, metals, ceramics, plastics, and more other materials are there. This etc. word covers up many other materials. I'll show you in our future slides. So you can see, if I talk about these general, okay, the material of building materials, they are having certain properties which it should have. Like, if it should have a good mechanical properties, where it should also have certain physical properties, mechanical properties, like it should have strength, hardness, elasticity, plasticity, ductility, brittleness. Now, this brittleness and ductility, they are two different properties, but still, certain places you require ductility, and certain places brittleness is important. So, stiffness, flexibility, toughness, vibration resistance. So, these are list of properties that should be there in the materials, but not all materials is having all properties. So, certain physical properties are density, bulk density, density index, specific weight, specific gravity, true or absolute specific gravity, apparent or mass specific gravity, porosity, hydroporosity, and water permeability. So, we are talking about an engineering first of all. So civil engineering is dealing not only with the buildings, but we are also dealing with bridges, dams, then other high-rise structures. Okay, so that's why various types of materials are being used here. If I talk about brick, you can see here, this is a composition of a brick given where the amount of materials available in a brick are visible. So it depends that how much different type of materials are there on brick, and brick is also classified in various classes. It depends upon various parameters in a brick. Like a brick should have uniform size, so it should be plain. It should have rectangular surfaces with parallel sides. It should have sharp edges. It should have standard size of this. Generally, we use it as per Indian standard code, but in general, the size of brick is also different. So, color, if you see these now, you can see here, these are some general characteristics. When you, as a layperson, go to buy brick, what you will check? You'll first see what is the color of the brick. It is uniform red and or cherry in color. Then what is the texture and compactness of the brick? So surface should not be too much smooth or slippery for mortar. Compacted and uniform texture. Fractured surface should not show fissures, holes, grits, lumps of lime. Okay, so another things which you can test at site is you can check the hardness. You can check the hardness, soundness of the brick. No impression when you scratch your fingers. So this you can do when you go to buy a brick for your home. You can take a brick, okay, in your hand, see its appearance from outside, and then you can take a finger, do scratch over the brick. Okay, if impression is coming over the brick, then it is not good. Metallic sound, when you struck two bricks together, it should have a metallic sound in it. Then what is water absorption? This is not possible for you when you go on that mill to buy a brick. So here you can do this test on in some testing agency. Okay, so the brick should not take more than 20% of its dry weight. Water should not be taking that more than this. Then crushing strength of the brick, it should not be less than 10 Newton per mm square. We call it megapascal. Then brick earth, it should be free from stones, conquers, organic matter, and other saltpetery. Saltpetery will actually create white surface over the brick, which is not better. So if we talk about next is a material which is cement. Cement, it is grayish in color. You can see cement, you might have seen cement in a day-to-day life, but cement, again, it is having a big engineering behind it. If you see cement, it is of 3 grades available in the market. Ordinary Portland cement is there, and as well your ozonic Portland cement is available. So there are specific codes by which we design our mixer design. We prepare our mix, concrete mix, and cement is also in various IS codes, okay, which are conforming with cement it is. Type of cements, there are various types of cements available. So I told you, civil engineering, it's a big, vast engineering where you can see, if I talk about cement only, so many types of cements are available. Rapid hardening Portland cement is there. Where we use it, it is having high strength and it achieving initial stage quickly. Initially, rapid hardening means it will be rapidly hardening it, because we require our structure to get rapid hardened so that we can go for further work progress can be increased. But it depends upon site to site and requirement to requirement. Sulfate resistant cement is also there. Now, what is this sulfate resistant cement? Certain areas will have a problem of acid rain, like nearby industries are more. So there can be chances of acid rain. It means during the raining process, hydraulic sulfuric acids are coming, which may attack the cement. Now, we can have a cement which is resisting this sulfate particles. Now, we are having low heat cement. This cement is good for mass constructions, because when we construct, when we do concreting, then cement is reacting with water, certain heat of hydration is being involved. That heat of hydration can be problematic to the structures. So like dam constructions where mass constructions are required, we can use low heat cement. There are many other type of cements also, dear. Okay, so quick setting cement is there. PPC, it is widely used nowadays. PPC, if you go to buy in the market, you will find this. All agencies are selling this cement. What is this PPC? I'll elaborate something to you people. Okay, so as per your government of India, we are having much production of ashes. It's in the form of fly ash, coal ash. It's in the form of riceless ash. Okay, much ashes are coming up. So to use this ash somewhere, because if you dump it on the ground, it may be problematic. So to use that ash, government has given certain rules and regulations, like it has specified till 30% of the cement should be fly ash. Okay, so they are it's a maximum percentages, 30%. Certain manufacturers are using 28, 27% as well. So that Portland pozzolanic cement, it is a fly ash based cement class. Okay, so it is reducing the cost of cement as well. It is also reducing the heat of hydration. That's why cheaper and affordable, and it can be used for mass concreting as well. Okay, so because heat of hydration will be less. High aluminium cement. High aluminium cement, it is used in the construction of refineries, factories, and other workshops. Now, this alumina content, it is important. Why? Because it can counter the high temperature. So, cement also, it's a big engineering behind it. So, the other type of cements also, colored cement is there. White, ordinary Portland cement, you might have used white cement. Then, air entraining cement is there. Okay. Then, hydrophobic cement is there. Ordinary Portland cement and expansive cement is also there. Expansive cement its name itself is suggesting you, it expands and increases in volume when settled. So there are specific use of it in repair works. We use expansive cement class. So physical properties of cement and test. There are certain physical properties you can see here, which we require to test in the cement. The first one is fineness of the cement. So for fineness, there is a specific code again. So your civil engineering is all dealing with standards. It's having standards, specifications, standard processes, standard equipments, which we use to test any material. Like if I'm using cement for the testing, we require specific method to test. We cannot like a contractor is testing in another way, another person is testing in another way. No, the testing is to be done in a specific process. So our Indian standards, Bureau of Indian Standards, they have specified processes as well as standards to test our all materials. So these are certain tests which are being performed on cement, like consistency test of cement, and these are all processes given over here as per your Indian standard code over here. This is VCAD apparatus we used in testing of cement, consistency and initial and setting time, final setting time of it. So in this, 3 type of needles are there. You can see first type is here available, second type is here, and that's the third type. Okay, so this is having specific type of mold, which we filled with cement paste. And then we use this first plunger needle to check consistency in the cement. And then we use this needle to check initial setting time, and then final needle is being used to check final setting time. Next type of test is the process of it. Initial setting time is listed here. Final setting time is listed here. Now, this is soundness test. I'll show you the soundness test by certain apparatus. You can see this is apparatus which we use for soundness test. It is named as Lee-Chatley apparatus. Yeah, okay, let us move further. So, this instrument we use to do soundness test, where we fill this, okay, and then we put these glass plates up and bottom to it, and then we put this into a bathtub, and then it is being cured for 1 day. 1 day it is being cured, 24 hours, and then when we bring this out, we boil it in boiling water, okay, and then we before boiling we measure this distance, okay, then after boiling we again measure this distance, okay, so there will be some expansion. So we see the expansion happened in the cement mold. So this gives us an idea how much cement will expand when it is being heated. So next is compressive strength of cement, which is again an important test. So where we use this mold size, we use a CTM compression testing machine, and we do cement test. So this all I am telling you why, because we are having a standard processes for every test. You can see a picture of CTM over here. You can see the cube samples which are being casted to test under this CTM. So if we talk about concrete, what is a concrete? It's a mixture of various materials, but this mixture, again, it is having full science behind it. So we have to study this concrete in detail in civil engineering, no doubt, but also we have to study about how and where to place these reinforcements. Okay, so if we are placing reinforcement, it is called reinforced concrete. Reinforced concrete. So we are having various subjects there we study in civil engineering, and we dealt about not only reinforced concrete but steel structures also. So let us see what are the different type of concretes first. So what is concrete? Concrete is a composite man-made material. Okay, so I'll take another color. So man-made material. So it is most widely used building material in construction industry. Then it is consist of lime or cement, coarse aggregates, fine aggregates, and admixtures. Cement and water make a paste which is called matrix. Matrix fills the voids and binds the coarse and fine aggregates together. Fresh concrete is called as wet or green concrete. After setting and hardening, it is called hardened concrete. So you can see a big list of type of concretes. You can see here. You can see here normal concrete we use generally, plain ordinary concrete where no reinforcements are there. Then your reinforced concrete we used at our houses, pre-stressed concretes, very interesting one. Okay, so if you have seen bridges nowadays being created, concrete bridges, they used pre-stressed concrete over there. Precast concrete members they bring, and I can tell you an example of precast concrete, very good example. A 30-story building is being created, 30-story building is being created within 13 days. And that's a world record, okay, in China. So lightweight concrete is also there. A high density concrete, air entrained concrete, ready mix concrete, polymer concrete, high strength concrete. By names, I think so you will not be able to understand better. I have some pictures to show you today. So these are many type of concrete which are being used using Portland cement, and then without using Portland cement also concrete is there. So let me show you certain pictures. You can see here structural lightweight aggregate concrete, where these type of specific aggregates we use. They are called LICA aggregates to create this concrete. It is light in weight. And how it is light in weight, you can see here a block of concrete is floating over water. So the places where tsunami problems are there or flood problems are there, we can use it. This lightweight concrete. It's autoclaved cellular concrete, also named, and it can float over water. This is mass concreting. You can see a big foundation is there. It's a chimney foundation, and you can see mass concreting is done by this trimmy pipe over here. We use trimmy pipe for pile foundations. Then we are having roller compacted concrete. So below this is concrete, which is being rolled by the roller. So it is roller compacted concrete. It's having very less workability, less water, and we can roll it to create a pavement. Next is soil cement. So here, this soil, if you can see, it is having cement mixed with it. So all your expressways or your runways, okay, the soil stabilization is being done. Soil stabilization is being done. Now, if I talk about the areas where there are hilly regions, but the soil over there is loose. Okay, so we can use these techniques to do soil stabilization. So this is soil cement, soil stabilization we do. Next, shotcrete, very interesting. You can see here, this pump is pumping the concrete here, okay, on this wall, and as soon as it is being coming over here, it is converting to solid form. Means it is not flowing. Okay, so that's called shotcrete. Rapid hardening concrete it is. Next is pervious concrete. Very nice and interesting technology advancement. You can see here the problems of floods or your roads filled with water. Okay, it can be tackled nowadays by this problem. Okay, many countries are using it, including India. Okay, what we are doing, they are making the pavements or roads by this concrete. Now, what will happen if we create roads with this? Okay, the water which is coming by rain, okay, it will go down to the down strata, and then it will be going down to the groundwater. Okay, but no doubt, if some good things are there, there can be some problems also associated, like the durability of this concrete is still questionable, and people are still doing research. So everywhere you can find a research gap, and you can work on it. Next, white concrete. You can see here the color. It's not any paint being provided. It is exposed concrete work, but the color of the concrete is white. How? They're using marble powder in it, okay, to create this white concrete. So instead of grayish in color, it is white in color. One step higher, you can see colored concrete. Previously, I showed you white concrete. Now this is colored concrete. So colored concrete, it is having different colors. Next one, photocatalytic concrete. Till now, we were discussing about the texture of the concrete, but this is the latest example and a good research which can turn our buildings to help us for environment. Now, how? The question comes how? This photocatalytic concrete, it is using certain titanium-based compounds. Titanium oxides are there. Titanium oxides also, there are two oxides actually, TiO, TiO. Okay, so this titanium oxides, if we put in the concrete, they are also available in two forms, active and passive form. So we have to take active titanium oxide, and we have to either cast it in the concrete itself, powder of it, or we can place it over the concrete as well. So what happens then if we do that? This concrete will reduce the pollution. How? It reduces NO2 gases, NO2 particle from the environment. It is reactive with NO2 particles. Okay, so you can see in this picture, when UV rays come to this concrete, okay, they will take the NO and NO2 particles and they will convert to NO3 particles then, which can be then collected in the form of powder. So it will fall down in the form of powder, your pollution, and can be collected and can be thrown away. So it reduces the pollution. You can see here, it is not. It is being used in Air France. In France, that's the airport of France. It's being used in France. This is another building example where this type of concrete is being used. Next one, and widely used nowadays, glass fiber reinforced concrete. You can see these panels. These panels, they are being created with concrete. Now it is not so much easy to create such type of panel with the normal concrete. Why? Because these shapes, it is difficult to mold. But it is possible today by glass reinforced concrete. So with glass fibers, we can create different type of shapes in concrete. You can see here, next one. You can see this specific shape here. It is glass fiber reinforced concrete again. You can see this type of shape here being created. So much clean and so much looking good for the outer areas. Now this building, one more important thing, if you see in this building, it will not have any column or beam. This specific type of wall created can take the load of the structure. Okay, so this is glass fiber reinforced concrete. So many type of concretes are coming in this world. Next, translucent concrete. This is a new concept, okay, and people are working on it, and it is, yes, happened now, okay. So this concrete is also available. You can see here, they are using actually what they're using. You are using optical fibers in it. Optical fibers, yes. So you can see here, light is passing through the concrete. Concrete actually till now it was opaque, okay, but now light is passing, so we can have more better looking structures, right? And what it can help us out, it can reduce the requirement of electricity. How it can reduce the outside sun rays? If they are coming inside, we need less electricity equipments to lighten our room. Okay, so this type of concretes are being created nowadays. If I talk about technology in construction industry, one basic requirement is the machinery. Okay, so machinery also is being nowadays being improved. If you talk about the olden days, that time we are mixing our mix. If I talk about Egypt, okay, so they used to create a pond, and then they used to fill that pond with material. Then they used to mix that material, and then they used to transfer that material using various ramps and various other resources, like they used to chain pulley or systems they used to use, or they used to use animals also, okay, which we used to take that all materials above. But nowadays we are having good number of equipments available, and we can do fast construction. You can see now in certain pictures, this is hand fitted your mixture, concrete mixture, which is an older one. Now you can see here, after that, it's having this particular load fitted arrangement. We can put our material here. We can put our material in this bucket, and it can put that material inside it. So the use of man here has been reduced. Okay, but nowadays this is again one more. Okay, but nowadays this also has been replaced by another one. You can see here it is having this conveyor belt. So this conveyor belt will take, and here also this bucket will go up, and then so different type of mixtures are being produced. You can see this is a pan type of mixture, okay, having, and this is, so this type of mixture you can take it to any position. Now I'll show you certain big plants, batching plants. You can see this batching plant, RMC plant we call it. You can see this chain pulley, it will take the material to the desired position where it can be mixed. And you can see here these silos. These silos are being used to store cement or admixtures. You can see another type of batching plants. You can see these buckets where we can put our different type of material like coarse aggregate, fine aggregate, okay, or more finer aggregate, some admixtures. If you can fill this silo with cement, and then with this conveyor belt, these materials will go up. Here it will be mixed off, and then the concrete can be taken from this truck to the places where it is required. And you can see here. Here we will put the material. Material will be taken up by this conveyor belt. It will be coming in this hopper, and this hopper will be taking it up into the mixture, and then mixture is taking this concrete into the transit mixture. This truck is called transit mixture class. So you can see another batching plant. So we are having big equipments now used. Okay, so another view of a batching plant. Now, if I talk about concrete transporting equipments, these are some older equipments which are being used. A truck is being used, which can be opened from the back. Okay, some hydraulic jack is there in it. Okay, but nowadays we are using these type of mixtures, these type of trucks, which are having back. This roller is there. It used to mix the concrete as well. Okay, it will not allow the concrete to settle down. Why? Because in the truck itself it is settled down, and then it will reduce its strength. Next, if I talk about cranes, you can see this is a tower crane we are using nowadays to reach to these heights. But that also is outdated now. We are using concrete pumps to take our concrete up. This tower crane can take other materials also. Okay, but this concrete pump can take concrete. You can see instead of concrete pump nowadays we are using this machinery. It is having this boom, and you can see I can place the concrete here in it. It can pump through this boom, okay, and then place it to its position. Okay, so another view of these type of machineries where we can use it in concreting. Next, we are having vibrating equipments which can be used to vibrate concrete. Okay, some other vibrating equipments. Okay, some pile driving equipments are also there. Okay, so these are such photographs of equipment. You can see here they're using to drive a pile inside. Okay, so you can see this is an auger which is removing this, which will remove the soil, and we can put a pile over it. Okay, you can see another view. Next, if we talk about other equipments, these you might have seen, I think so. They are called excavators. Okay, so they are also big equipments which are being used. You can see here, this itself is having some blade also, which can straighten the land. Okay, which can be used to grade the land. Okay, you can see some other loaders. This is called skid steer loader. Next, this is a grader now. So if we talk about your pavement construction, in pavement construction, when these type of low graders are not there, we use more amount of laborers which used to grade our lands to a proper level, and we have to provide certain camera also. But now we are having these type of graders available, which can reduce the work of the laborers, the number of laborers required, okay, and can reduce the time required for construction. So these type of graders. So new equipments are coming in nowadays. So you can see this is a very common one, JCB. Trenches. Now to create a trench, these are the new equipments which are being used nowadays. Instead of making trench using a JCB and then making the lines of the trench using labor and all, we can use this equipment to create trenches. Another view of tower crane, a tractor which is being used widely. Okay, so this is a ripper. So now these equipments I am showing for agriculture purposes. So technology has been there in agriculture purposes also. You can see we are using rippers also. Okay. Now this is a clamshell. Now where we use this clamshell? In oceans. We used to bring some boulders up, or we used to clean some reservoirs back. Okay, in the dams they are having in your dam. If I show you with the diagram, you can see this is, if this is a dam, this is a reservoir back. Okay, the silt particles and some unwanted materials, they lined up over here on the dam back, and they provide pressure to it, to the dam, which can be problematic later on. Like it can reduce the dam stability, and it can create problem for dam. So what we do, we use these clamshells and we remove this material from here. Okay, so it's also used in oceans to remove materials, debris. You can see here some other pictures. Okay, so now I will show you some more pictures of rollers now. So this is a very old roller which we used to use. Many pictures back in 1950s, 1940s, these type of rollers are being used. But if you talk about today, these are the sheep foot rollers being used, which can be used in wet grounds also. You can see this is a pneumatic tired roller. Okay, so these tires are there. So you can see vibratory tandem rollers. So in each area, technology has increased. Now, if we talk about tunneling, in tunneling, we were previously using these road headers, which used to create the way for the tunnel. First, we used to use dynamics over there. Then they used to do some dynamics have been used to remove the buck, and then this road headers, they used to remove the remaining portions, and then it's a tedious job really, because you can see here, if this buck is being lying over here, this machine cannot move further. So first it has to be removed away, and then only we can move further. Okay, so that's a big problem. But the problem has been resolved. We are using tunneling boring machines nowadays, class. So it can do all the work together in one go. Like it can do blasting, it can do remove the buck also, it can provide this tunneling lining also. So it's keep on moving and doing the things are being done simultaneously in it. So this is called tunneling boring machine. So we are day by day, we are coming to new technologies are coming out. Okay, so this was a dam I visited in 2018. Okay, and that time you can see how much massive dam it is. These are used to take extra waters. If water level is high, it can be reduced by this. And you can see that picture being taken from down. Okay, the previous picture I was standing somewhere here. Okay, on the top of this, you can see when I'm on the top of that particular hill, that much massive structure it is. Can you see that? So you can see these road going down. down. So here somewhere when I reached, I took that picture. Okay, so massive structures we are preparing class. So you could, if I talk about softwares which are being used in civil engineering, some of them are being listed here, and there are many more. If you talk about ETABS, AutoCAD, Revit, SAP, MS Project, okay, StylePro, 3D Max, AutoCAD Civil 3D, okay, so and many more softwares are there which we are using in civil engineering. So a list of it is listed here. For various purposes, various type of softwares are there. So if you see, if you talk about the management in the structure, in the project, so MS Project Primavera, okay, Project Kickstart, Smarter. If you talk about analysis and design, then we are having so much softwares again available. I'll show you some pictures of the software. You can see we can create the structures like this. We can this is a plan of a building. See the steel reinforcements are being shown here using AutoCAD. Then certain other plans, reinforcement detailings are being shown here using 3D structures we can create. Now next is StatPro, where we can do analysis and design. So you can see this bridge is there. That's a bridge which the person is designing. You can see a water tank. So we are using new technologies nowadays. A tower, steel tower, a bridge, and whatever bridge it is, it's a box girder used in metros. This is a cable stay bridge. Next software, ETABS, you can see here where it has been provided shear wall in it. Okay, and these green colors are the columns, and this is slab here. Okay, so we are having softwares which can do management also, like MS Project is there. We are having softwares which create 3D models as well, like 3D Max. So with this, the purpose of today's presentation was to tell you that civil engineering is not only about cement, soil, aggregates. It's an engineering where much things are there to study and to learn. Any questions if you're having?
Sir, thank you so much, first of all, for giving this valuable presentation to us, to all the attendees, and for crediting your time and for explaining what all different aspects we can have in terms of civil engineering. And sir, related to that, we have one question. So with your permission, can I take up?
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Yeah, so there's one student named Radha. She just wants to know civil engineering can be architects and vice versa. But what more?
Okay, Radha, I would like to answer you this. Okay, there are two different fields if we talk about architecture and civil engineering. So architecture, it deals about the plan of a house, how it should look like, what should be the materials used to create that house. But when we talk about strength of the material, because see, an architect can no doubt use a material, but he cannot say about what should be the strength of that material, because if you are making a column or a beam or a structure which require a heavy material, which should have more strength. Okay, but if you are not providing that particular material to it, that structure will fall down. Okay, so we have to check the strength of the material. We have to check the strength of the structure, and many more things are there which are not being taught in architecture. So architecture is basic about the plan of the building, what is the requirement of the owner. Okay, so if we follow the proper procedure, an owner, when he wants to create any building, he can go first to the architect. Architect will make a plan, preliminary plan. He will send that plan to a designer then and ask him to design. The designer job is to check what are the loads coming on that structure and how much it can retain. The designer may suggest some more corrections plan as well. And then finally, that structure is when the designer has designed it, it will go back to the architect. Architect will see and talk with the user that these are the corrections being made, and then finally the work can start. During execution of the project also, a civil engineer will may be required to check that the work is being done by the mason or the laborers, okay, according to the design and the plan given by the architect. So we are two different divisions.
Yeah. So thank you so much, sir. And I also agree with you. So Radha, I hope that you've got your answer, that your query is resolved now. So with this, we have another query. So this student wants to know what qualities one must possess to be a civil engineer or a successful civil engineer.
Right, nice, very good question. First of all, you should have a mind to visualize. First thing, okay. Remaining things, if we talk about mathematics, if we talk about some other engineering aspects, you will be studying later on. But first thing in your mind should be, you should have a visual power. And the first, if you remember my second slide, you should be always think you as a learner. You should have a zeal to learn. That yes, I want to learn. Everything learned. There is nothing new, nothing difficult. Everything can be learned by a person. But you should have a zeal to it. So whenever you join any thing or civil engineering, okay, just keep it in your mind, I am coming here to learn something, to increase my knowledge. And knowledge will help you out every day.
I completely agree again, sir. So student, what you need to have a passion and drive towards whatever you're approaching to. And like sir told you that everything can be learned, but if you have the passion, then only it will be possible. But if you do not show that zeal, I don't think so that learning process would be easy as for anyone who has that zeal in him or her. So sir, thank you so much for resolving the queries, and thank you so much for giving them the lessons, the time, explanation, and the way we have explained is really appreciated, sir. And sir, with this, I just want to take them up through the admission process, because we've been getting a lot of queries about the admissions as well. So with your permission, sir, can I take them up?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. So students, because we were getting a lot of questions as to how you can take admissions and what all you need to do, in order to take admission here. So in a moment, I will be sharing my screen, just in a moment. Yeah, I hope my screen is visible to all. Yeah. Okay. So students, because we were getting a lot of questions how and where we can apply in the course from the site. This is the site, that is normal a little style, that is lpu.in. lpu.in. Once you just click on that, you will be seeing this interface in here, and you can see all the events, all the happenings that has either happened or are presently happening or will happen in future related to the university. Now, since we're going and catering about admissions, so we will just simply click on admissions, and we have whole lot of segregated programs in here. You can see after 12th, after graduation, after postgrad, doctoral programs, after 10th, diplomas, etc. Now, let's say we take an example of a student who has done 12th and wants to take admission in an undergraduate program. So what you simply need to do is simply go to this undergraduate program and regular program, right? And after that, once you click on a regular program, there will be a whole lot of disciplines that would be visible to you. You can just check it out, and you just have to search for your discipline, at what discipline you want to pursue your course in or pursue your future in. So you can see that we have engineering, computer science, computer applications, economics, law, physiotherapy, and all a whole lot of disciplines here. So what we can do is we simply can click on available, and any of the discipline that is available, and the courses that that discipline shows would be visible to you. So let's take an example of let's say engineering now. So once we click on the engineering, we have different streams of engineering here. So similarly, because we were talking a lot about the civil engineering in the session, so let's why not taking an example of civil engineering. So once we click on the civil engineering, all the courses, all the programs that we offer are visible here. You can see regular programs, industry collaborative and specialized programs, and others as well. So simply, I'm just taking an example of BTech civil engineering. And once I click on that, you can see a whole lot of different options in here, and we will be briefing them in detail now. So first thing first is your course is going to be of 4 years, 8 semester. You can just check it here. Okay, and after that you need to have eligibility, whether you're eligible for a course or not. And for that you simply click on this program details, and there you will be seeing this eligibility criteria, and you need to have this much eligibility to be able to take part in your course. Now after that, once you click on these highlights options, you can see that all the students' achievements and all the placement research and rankings that are visible under this option. Now there's one interesting option that is visible on the site, that is curriculum. So we firsthand provide you this curriculum even before you take the admission. So you can see that in all 4 years, what all topics you're going to learn, what all things you're going to be taught by our esteemed teachers, and hence you can make a disciplined decision as to whether you want to pursue in that particular course studying all these topics. So this will be very much helpful for you. Kindly explore this option very well. Now, the most important part is the fee structure, and you can see, sorry, you can see that fee is 1,20,000 per semester again, but this is not something that our students pay, because our students get a lot of scholarships, and you can see whole lot of scholarships mentioned in here. LPU NIST based scholarships, 12th based scholarships, and JEE mains based scholarships as well. So you need to fall in these categories. You can just check it out what all categories we have, 1, 2, and 3. And to check the category 1 cutoff in here, you simply click on this particular option, and there you will be getting your tentative cutoffs, that is 330 out of 400, 230 and 150 respectively. And based on them, you will be getting your up to 48% of program fee waiver, and hence your fee will be reduced to 62,400 per semester. So for this, you need to have certain conditions to be fulfilled, and you need to just check it, the conditions on the site, that is lpu.in. Now there's one very much important thing, is important date. Okay, so now date of examination is 8th May to 22nd May 2023. You can just check it out here. Art say 22 May. 8 to 22nd May, right? These are the last date, and after that you will be having your admission, right? So within 48 hours you will be getting your result of this test, right? LPU NIST test, and after that you will be having your, within 7 days you will be admitted in your course that you select, right? So now the main question is how you apply to that test or the course. Simply click on this apply now option, and once you click on this apply now option, you will be having your name, gender, address, state, your number, and once you click on submit, you will be given your dashboard, and after that you can simply just apply in one click from your device only. I hope that I have made every query clear as to what you need to do, where you need to go, and what and how you can apply to the course that you want to. Now, even if you have other queries as well, so what you can do is you can simply either schedule a call, WhatsApp us, or have a live video counseling session, right? And last but not the least is that we have our numbers here with us. You can see, either take a screenshot of it, either write it down somewhere. These are the numbers, you could call them, and our esteemed counselors will be here to provide the assistance and hence resolve your queries, all the queries that you have, right? So I hope that I have made all the queries clear about the admission process. And I would urge to all the students, start visiting our site, that is lpu.in, and start applying for the test, because after that you might not able to get your favorite course. And with this, if there's any question, you can post in the chat box, sorry, in the Q&A box. And meanwhile, sir, I would ask permission from you and from all the attendees to wrap the webinar up. If you do not want to add anything, sir. Okay, then, to all the participants, thank you so much for joining in, and thank you, sir, for joining in, for providing your assistance, for giving us valuable lessons here about civil engineering. I hope that all the attendees must have enjoyed the session thoroughly, like I have. And with this, I take your leave, attendees, and until next time, stay safe and stay healthy, and start applying for the course, start applying for the admission on lpu.in. And until next time, stay safe and stay healthy again. And thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you, Himanshi. Thank you.